Now I'm basically a regular now on your show.
You are a regular, man. You are a regular. Any Iranian that want to come on the show is a regular. If he's one of the
Bro,
good
the
guys.
people from I-24 News were so kind.
Were they?
Yeah.
Nah, good to hear, man.
And
All
the
right,
news,
we are live, by the way. I should let you know because I know you got a big mouth. You might say some things that you won't regret, but that will get you banned on another platform. Speaking of banned, I was trying to reach this guy today to talk to him, and I was trying to send him a message, and look what Meta told me. Be aware of potential scams. I'm literally trying to talk to this guy. I know him. He's my friend. I spoke to him 2 days ago, 3 days ago, but Meta is again blocking the wrong people, silencing the wrong voices. It's not enough that the people in Iran are being silenced by the government cutting the internet on them. Now we have the algorithm of Meta silencing the minorities because the majority are bullying them online. They got to figure out a way to stop with this nonsense. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is a brief, spontaneous show. I wasn't planning on doing it, but after reading the news, after I tucked my kid to bed and I started reading more and more, I said, we can't. We have to jump on the
right?
show. And I contact my friend here, Ra. Some of you know him as Ra So Fresh. He was in my last show as well. A born and raised Iranian living in the Netherlands, a very brave advocate who has been relentlessly now speaking day and night on behalf of his people in Iran. And we're going to discuss some very, very disturbing news. And I want to start with something here. Sorry, Ra. I just want to show the people here something that has been bothering me very, very much. And it doesn't matter if you're the best president in the world or the worst president in the world, but to tell people to keep protesting and that help is on the way when they are being murdered in the streets in the thousands and then not provide help is an Obama level of betrayal. I really like that she said Obama level of betrayal because I think in the people of Iran and many people in the Middle East, they understand that. A lot of woke people in America don't understand that. But we in the Middle East, we understand that Obama was the most devastating, catastrophic thing to happen to the Middle East and in general to world stability. Anyone who's living, in a place where they serve latte macchiato for $3 and he spent their half of his days in Starbucks trying to convince her to say the right pronouns might not understand that. But if you're living in the Middle East, especially in Iran or in Israel or in many other places in the Middle East, Egypt, you know that Obama have brought death and destruction on the Middle East by actually betraying the people of the Middle East, the peaceful ones. So let me show you what I mean by that, guys. And Ra, I would love to hear your thoughts because I am sure that you are, you know, that it's hitting you harder than it's even, bothering me. But watch this, guys. Just
To all Iranian patriots, keep protesting,
less than a week
take
ago.
over your institutions if possible, and save the name of the killers and the abusers that are abusing you.
Save the
You're
names.
being very badly abused.
We're
If
with
the
you. Save
numbers
the
are
names.
right now, I hear 5 different sets of numbers. I hear numbers. Look, one death is too much. But I hear much lower numbers, and then I hear much higher numbers. But I say save their names because they'll pay a very big price. And I've canceled all meetings with the Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. And all I say to them is help is on its way. You saw that I put tariffs on anybody doing business with Iran. Just went into effect today. And I say make Iran great again. It was a great country until these monsters came in and took it over. We have
So, a great country. The people of Iran are running the street, spilling their blood. The death count, from what I've heard, have went over 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. I've heard numbers going between 12,000, even more.
Yeah. Um, it's crazy that seeing you, bro, is the first time I've laughed in a long time. Um, we have reports because sometimes voice notes or a call comes in. We have voice notes of them using artillery that they use for tanks on people. They're driving around on motorcycles and pickup trucks with heavy machine guns like these 50 calibers that I know from playing Call of Duty that they're using on people.
Yeah.
Um, the most disturbing report, there's a woman named Shakiba. I'm doing a live on Instagram with her at 3 a.m. CET. Phew,
Wow.
this is a very difficult one. She's saying that they're killing people, mass shooting the with the AK-47s. We've seen like Arabs being flown in, all their mercenaries are being flown in from all over the world. They come with their AK-47s in their hand with Iran Air.
My God.
In the plane they have machine guns.
Oh my
They
God.
come
That's
out, they come the videos are on my the videos are on my page, okay? And then they come into the airport with Islamic prayer, Allah, with all that bullshit. And then
takbir, takbir. Yeah.
when they go into the street, they just open fire on people.
You
They
know,
pile the
let's stop for
bodies.
a
I have a
second.
video.
Oh my God. Let's stop for a second on the flight. That's probably the most dangerous and the safest flight in the world because all the suicide bombers are in the flight with you, but they're not planning on bombing the flight. So I guess, I wonder what the pilot feeling when he's
Yeah, but they'll
flying
rape
these
you if
monsters.
they. Oh, sorry, I
Yes,
can't. I don't know if I
exactly.
can say. But and then, bro, this is not the worst part. The worst part is yet to come. We have seen a video is pinned on my page with piles of bodies in the streets. You can just walk somewhere and see some. I saw a video. This is a video of a shotgun being held to someone's stomach and just shooting. And then they pile these bodies up. Some of them are half alive. And then they just put them in mass graves and bury them half alive.
October 7th style, huh? Syria on the Druze style.
But the state this let's not say state, the terrorist regime television has said themselves that the number is 42,000, and the reports that are coming in are saying that it must be more because they if you're in the neighborhood of the protest and walking outside, they'll shoot you too. They just and it is super organized. They've been prepared for this. And what they always do, Mansoor, when the protest starts, when the protest starts, the first 3 4 days they let it happen. They let it happen. Okay, and then they watch with CCTV cameras, and they watch and they watch and they watch, and they identify the leaders of the movements, and then they take them out first. And then they shut down the internet. And imagine the internet is shut, but mobile phones are also shut down, so they can't call people can't call each other inside the country and out to the outside. And then they cut off the electricity, so the whole city is veiled in darkness. It's veiled in darkness. We can't reach them, they can't reach us, they can't reach each other, and there's no electricity. And then these killings start throughout cities like Tehran, which is like basically New York. And then you hear screaming and gunfire. You see images of people. I don't know how I stopped crying, but you see images of people finding a loved one and bleeding in the street and just holding them and crying. An image of a man holding her beautiful, gorgeous daughter while she's just bleeding.
Ah,
And it's something really weird happened to me. I was talking to you. I haven't prayed since I was 12. I'm Zoroastrian. And since this happened, since I think 29 December or 30 December, I've been at home. I hadn't shaved. I just showered and made videos, and I was looking like a caveman, and from the excessive crying, breaking down, shaking, my face was swollen. And before I slept, I said, God, if you are there, just give me some fucking strength to wake up tomorrow with a clear mind and just advocate for my people and um attack our enemies online verbally. Give me the words, give me everything. And something miraculous happened. I feel so broken, my heart broken and sad and angry, but at the same time, I'm really calm. I'm really
Wow.
calm. I see everything clearly. I have no fear. I have no rest. I will sleep 3, 4 hours, and I feel amazing. Like in the sense that you're heartbroken, your soul is bleeding, but I can also make jokes and try to make my people laugh on my page because we cannot show our enemies any tears. They do not deserve to see our tears. They need to see us laughing, dancing, eating, and at the same time advocating for our people and destroying them in the public's eye. And I need to be at my best to do this. And I don't know why this is happening, but today I was on I-24 Israeli news, and I feel like I felt calm, I felt focused. And even when I'm angry, attacking, I still have a strategic mission to do.
Do you mind telling us? It's a personal question. Feel free also to tell me, that you don't want to. But how do you pray, or someone who is you know, Persian? What would be like? Do you pray to your God? Do you pray to like? How would the prayer? Or maybe that's the first time you did it, so you just went on and just freely
Look,
spoke.
I haven't gone into Zoroastrian faith. I know that in general we have 3 rules. So this sign is a man, and that his name is Ahura. His wings have 3 rows of feathers. One feather, each row stands for something: good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. He has a beard, which is his wisdom. He has a hat, which means there's something above you that you should respect. He holds a ring, which is the ring of loyalty and faith, and he stands in a ring, which is the universe. And then in his tail, he has 3 rows of feathers as well. Those are good, bad thoughts, bad words, and bad actions. That's something that I know, but I haven't learned enough to do it. You have Zoroastrian temples, unfortunately not in Holland, but I want to pick up the faith of my ancestors. Something that's funny to know, when Jesus was born, the 3 wise men that went to Jesus, they were Zoroastrians.
I've heard that. I've heard that angle. That makes sense. I mean, that was a very, very rich and very, very wise and powerful empire in that area.
And
Um,
I saw that in the Bible, it says that Cyrus is mentioned as the Messiah for one of the Messiahs for Jewish people, and I have it here in my. One of my friends quoted the verses in the Bible that mention Cyrus as the liberator of the
yeah,
Jews.
he's known. He's known to be. We call him Cyrus the Great. He was one of the first emperors to actually support the Jews and help them go back to their land and build their temple. But let's just hear what is making me concerned. So we heard the first video of Trump basically saying that if they kill people in the streets, America is locked and loaded, ready. And he's even telling the protesters, go to the streets, take names of people, like I think that sounds like very much encouragement. I mean, if someone would give strong backwind to the demonstrators and to the young Iranian people and the old ones who are running in the streets now trying to reclaim their country against, impossible odds. They hear the president of the United States telling them, go to the streets, claim back your country, we're with you. And then the Iranian regime shut the lights off, massacre,
It's
between
mass
20,
murder,
mass murder. We're talking about
massacre, mass murder,
between 20 to
genocide, bro. They're trying
42,000
to
people. Like we're talking about in 2 3 days massacring tens of thousands of humans in the most horrific way. And
rape
then
as well, because when they capture these women, you know what they do. They're
of
savages,
course,
bro.
man, and when they brought Hezbollah and other Arab Muslims from the region, we know what they do. But look what happened. Like this is the latest statement, official statement that we heard about Iran, and that's very concerning.
Been notified and pretty strongly, but we'll find out what that all means. But we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset.
This
I'm
makes me
sorry, but
fucking angry, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna go and kill now 20,000 people, and then I'm gonna stop. And
I
then, okay,
think
he stopped.
I think there are multiple reasons. I think Trump in the public's eye needs the proof to do it because otherwise they will say he's attacking the he's attacking you know how these leftists are. They're gonna say he's interfering with affairs, and then that could be bad for his vice president. I think JD Vance is blocking it. His following is also like liberals, and maybe he's blocking it, but also the Arab nations are blocking it. Listen, the Arab nations fear Iran because we have such a large intelligent population. They don't want Iran to become a competitor with oil, with tourism. Iran would be a combination of Dubai and Japan because
So
that's
wait. You think that they're afraid not because of the military retaliation of this regime? They're actually afraid of the success of a
yes.
non-Muslim Iran.
Of course, bro. Of course. If you have an Iran that has every type of climate from north to west, from east to from north to south and east to west, you have the population that is 60% above 40 years old. They're all highly educated university degree holders. And then also, these are the people that are being killed. And then JD Vance, yes, he's a retarded. Yeah, and then you
That's
have
interesting.
you have all these people who are completely capable of creating something like Dubai. When Mohammad Reza Pahlavi was in power, the late Shah, he was in the 70s
Hmm.
making ATM machines and metro lines, and he was making it advanced to the point where Germans, all types of people were coming there on vacation, bro. It was amazing. We had
Yeah,
clubs.
Iran was the place to go in the Middle East, not Dubai, not Saudi Arabia. It was Iran. When musicians and opera singers and everybody who wanted to go and make a big show, it was happening in Iran.
Frank
That's where all the
Sinatra went there.
Sinatra went there. That's where all the celebrities went. That's where all the fashion was happening. So Iran was definitely ahead of its game. If Iran would
And,
have
and let,
not
let, let me
been
just add
destroyed by
something about
Muslims, hmm
sorry, let me just add something about these Arabs, okay? Because I have no fucking love for them. 1400 years ago, the Arab conquest happened and they colonized the whole Middle East because Arabs are confined to the Arab Peninsula. They're not supposed to be everywhere, but they are everywhere because they conquered that land and are true colonizers. That's why those countries speak Arab now. There's not originally Arab. When they were riding camels, eating locusts and alligators, thousands years before that, we had Darius and Xerxes and Cyrus having fleets and traveling over oceans. Like these people are savages, bro.
yeah. There's a cute troll here in the background. Mansur Shapiro Levine, all desire propaganda trolls. Never have alternative viewers on the show. Only one view Zionist. Nobody. I had quite a few alternatives. You're probably
Yeah.
one of them. You're just
Yeah,
hearing the
and
fake voice.
Marvin, you retard. If you have some balls, then put a fucking profile picture there so we can see you, bro. So
Yeah,
so if you want to talk, motherfucker, then put your profile picture on.
yeah. No, I had people with different views. Usually they run away. That's the thing. People, woke people or jihadist people, they're very comfortable talking to one another. They're not very comfortable talking to someone like me or like you because they just get, run over and owned.
They can't present fucking facts. It's only emotions for
They
them.
don't believe in facts. They don't believe in science. They don't believe in facts. They believe in very weird emotions, and their sense of history doesn't go beyond breakfast. So that's the kind of people. But anyway, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Mossad pays me very well. They pay me very well. I'm
Yeah,
very, very
and I would
honored.
love them to give me a job and pay me as well. Marvin,
Hey, listen. Now, after you've been on the Israeli
coward,
TV, I mean, I'm
coward
sure.
Marvin. Put a profile picture on Marvin.
So back to this. Let's keep watching this video, guys, because this is just
I
very
have no more
disturbing.
patience for people like this, bro.
Nah, ignore him, man. Ignore him. I got used to these trolls. It amuses me, actually. It makes my day a little bit better.
Including you will be very upset, but that's just gotten to me, some information that the killing has stopped, that the executions have stopped. They're not going to have an execution. which a lot of people were talking about for the last couple of days. Today was going to be the day of execution.
I edited this picture because I find it hilarious. So, Fox News, Iranian protest will no longer be sentenced to death after President Trump warning. Likewise, others. This is good news. Hopefully, it will continue. Iran regime threatens to assassinate President Trump. Iranian state TV produced a photo of President Trump following the Butler rally when he was shot. Accompanying the image is the words, "This time it won't miss." Can you read that? Is that what it says there?
Iran regime. No, I can't read Persian, bro, unfortunately.
Okay. So either way, now I've seen this image. It's just really weird that all of a sudden, after a lot of these big words, and I really hope, I hope it's a trick. I hope it's a trick to get them to lower their guard down and just go and like really obliterate these bastards, because that is the right thing to do. They're evil. But, all of a sudden we start hearing a lot of stuff like, yeah, they stopped the killing. That's good. That's good. Yeah, they're listening. That's good. It sounds like someone is making his way out of it. Like a lot of words were thrown in the air and now you're being called to it. And now you're bailing out. Now, someone mentioned that America will not want to engage in a war with Iran because they might not have the resources and the Air Force to do it, which I doubt. I think if Israel did it, America can do it. They have a way bigger army. And Israel did it like nothing. And regarding the Arab nations around, you gave the first, different angle to it, because I know that they were afraid of Iran for a very long time, and they're trying. It looks like today that Donald Trump is getting a lot of his advice from Arab leagues and not from Israel. It's funny how people like to think that Israel is pulling the string, but no, guys. Israel's for a long time not pulling any string. If anyone is pulling the string, is Saudi Arabia. If anyone is meddling with your elections, is Qatar. Way, way more. So if you want to worry about someone, pulling Americans to do things and not to do things, I would really look at Arab money. Because I think that here.
They bought him a plane.
Lindsey Graham. Oh, how do I put you back? Lindsey Graham came and said this. All the headlines suggesting that are so-called, Arab allies have intervened on behalf of Iran to avoid decisive military action by President Trump are beyond disturbing. The Ayatollah's regime has American blood on its hand. They are slaughtering people in the streets. If it is inaccurate that the Arab response is action is not necessary against Iran, give this current outrageous slaughter of innocent people, then there will be a dramatic rethinking on my part regarding the nature of the alliance now and in the future. Man, God bless Lindsey Graham. I honestly wasn't following that guy before. I don't know if he's related to Billy Graham. Maybe he is. People can tell me here. I honestly, I admit my ignorance about Lindsey Graham.
I don't know him either.
I know Billy Graham. He was a great, great Christian. Okay, he is not, people are telling me. So he's not related to him. Well, maybe, I don't know. That's what people are saying here. But my point is that if all of a sudden, like last time, Israel does all the job, break down Iran, prove that it's a paper tiger, a dog that barks and doesn't bite, and just go and camel poop slap them and start playing with them and just completely humiliate them.
I don't even think you need boots on the ground. I think drones can do it.
I was in Israel when that happened. You know what I was doing during the 12-day war? That's how my morning started. I would wake up in the morning and I would play a board game like Settlers of Catan or I don't know what with my friends. And then we'll drink coffee. Sometimes we'll go eat a shawarma or go to the beach. And then we'll just look in the app where are the nearby shelters. And then they'll get an alarm. We'll go down to the bomb shelters. There will be people playing guitars there, people coming with their dogs and their cats. And we start talking. Some people were playing like, chess or just, class with other one. And then we'll go up and we'll go back. And my friend had a Nintendo Switch. And then we'll just play Mario Karts, me, him, and his wife, Nintendo Switch, and wait for the next alarm. That's how terrified we were from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Meanwhile, our Mossad, our Air Force, our special forces were literally whipping their Tusiks. So yeah,
And I have like,
Batya and Andy. Some people remember here. So it was Batya and Andy. So yeah, we were just going around. So my point is, someone stopped Israel then from completely defeating the regime. Now it looks like there's every possible reason to do it. The people of Iran don't want them. They're in the streets. Donald Trump came and said, if there will be bloodshed, we're in, locked and loaded. And then what they do? They do bloodshed, like insane bloodshed. They kill tens of thousands.
yeah, and then but that and then they're not helping because there's no executions. It's just we just kill them in the street. But hanging is worse. So if they hang them, then they want to help them. It's all. It sounds like bullshit. All of it. Like, listen, Emily in Tel Aviv. She's an amazing person. But I think it's even worse than Obama level betrayal. Obama betrayed, but kept the situation as is. He didn't. What Obama did isn't worse, because he didn't say go out and help you. I help you. He said it from the beginning. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because he made a deal with them, and he said, okay, there's no hope for you. I just work with them.
Let me
just
say,
work with these terms.
yeah, let me say this. I don't think that Trump have betrayed the Iranians yet. If he honestly would not do anything, then that would be, the worst betrayal. It will be remembered in history as a direct betrayal towards the Iranian
Because
people.
Barack Obama and his husband, Mike Obama, they, they
Okay.
I'm sorry,
No, don't be sorry.
they betrayed us, yes. But listen, I want to ask you something. I read an article where they said that when Trump went to take Maduro out of Venezuela, they only sent 20 soldiers, specialized soldiers with the most tactical advanced gear, but the sky was black with drones, and these drones were doing left and right everything. And when they came, they were so advanced that they were just dropping hundreds of people with these 20 soldiers, and they could not shoot them because they had this freaking device that sound an airwave that just made everyone sick and puke.
Yeah, I've heard about that. What's the question?
Is I'm not a military expert. You have been special IDF, special forces IDF. How could they just take out the regime? Because
Easy.
it's basically cars, vehicles, and bikes where they're on. I think
Listen,
drones could do it.
yeah. Listen, the main strength of Iran was Hezbollah. They were way more trained than the Iranian regime and soldiers. The Iranian regime and soldiers are honestly a joke. I'm talking the big leagues now. I'm not talking among, if Iran fights Jordan or fight Lebanon or fight like Syria, we're not talking about Muslims fighting Muslims. We're talking about the heavyweight. Dealing with Israel, with America, with the big boys. They're not a match in any possible way, not technologically, not military, not morally. You know how easy it is to defeat an Iranian army just because so many Iranians hate their own government. Why do you think the Mossad have more Mossad agents in Iran than in Israel? Because it's so easy to penetrate, because it's such an evil regime that is evil toward its own people. So on top of the bad equipment that they have and the back training and jumping through burning lula hoops and all kind of stuff, bring it now down to operation wise. Remember that the Mossad created a Mossad hunting unit inside that regime that was run by the Mossad, and the top 20 officers in it that were in charge of hunting Mossad agents were actually Mossad.
Yeah.
So that is how
I
strong,
I
deep
want to
Israel is
explain.
inside Iran. And if America will go now, America won't be alone. Israel will give her all the help. Israel has been doing homework on Iran for so long. They know the Iranian regime better than they know itself. They're literally a bunch of jokers.
And
So if America goes, and America have the best, strongest, like craziest military on the face of the planet. America right now can wage war against planet Earth together and still win. That is, by war games. That's how strong their army is in terms of numbers, technology, capabilities, and an economy behind it. So for America, Iran is not. It's an
Yeah,
easy
but
game.
it's also like there must be some negotiations about oil or something going on.
No,
Like,
it's the
listen,
Arab nation.
I
The
want
Arab
to talk.
nations, man. It's the Arab nations. They want something, and they're pulling the strings right now. We've seen that with Syria. We've seen that
I
with
wanted
Syria.
to talk about how evil the regime is. The regime has absolutely destroyed our people. They are the biggest drug cartel in the world. No one deals in more drugs. Like Colombia, Mexico, forget about it. They're taking heroin and opioids out of Afghanistan. They say the usage of just the city of Tehran, not the province of Tehran, is 1 metric ton a day. Just the usage of
Wow.
opioids. They are making our people addicted, so they say so they become docile, so they won't go outside and fight. People are so oppressed that I hate to say this, but the level of amount of people who are selling their bodies, women and men, just to feed their family is crazy. So you
Wow.
have they are pimps, they are drug dealers. For the people like Marvin, they don't fucking care, because as long as it's us getting killed and not Palestinians, they don't have anything to cry about. Oh,
Well,
there he is.
listen. This guy. Let's answer him. I like him. He's cute.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Iran is the biggest cartel. Yes, man. And Muslims in general are among the biggest drug dealers in the world. Why don't you say Iran is the biggest pedophilia? What do you know what the religion they follow? Like, do you know that the
Can you
prophet
even
married?
construct a sentence that
Yeah,
is grammatically in order? Because everything you say is so misplaced, and like you're all over the place, dude. Like
yeah.
Iran is the biggest cartel. The IRGC is transporting opioids because they work with the Taliban. You retard. Because if you're not educated, let me fucking educated. You retarded idiot. They are doing that, and you could even ask ChatGPT if the IRGC is involved, because you couldn't think for yourself, and you need a fucking AI intelligence to do it for you. So yes, let me. You shut up, little boy, and let a big boy educate you. Okay. Oh, your sound is gone.
He really needs to go and read the Quran a little bit before he talks about
Yeah.
pedophilia. But anyway,
And
here is
bend
something.
over 5 times a day.
Here's something. Regime forces in Iran have gone door to door, seizing Starlink devices and satellite dishes, claiming they are espionage devices to stop people from sharing any protest footage, which the regime views as a major threat. I'm sorry, guys, if you live in a country that think that giving its citizens free internet is a threat to your existence,
I'm dealing with these people as well. I know what
then
this is.
you are the definition of a dictatorship, of an oppressive regime. There's no other way to explain it. Any country, I mean, look at the UK, they're getting there. Any country that comes and start telling the people you're not allowed to post what you want to post, and if you start doing that, we're going to come and take your internet, and then they just go massively house to house with guns, start shooting down, executing people, and taking their Starlink devices because Elon Musk came and gave them Starlink, satellites to give them access so they can show the world what's happening. Meanwhile, they're going and massacring more than 12, 20, 30, 40,000. It's funny that the government actually said higher number than the people. Like, usually you have the people exaggerating because they want to tell the story bigger, and I understand that. Like, they're killing us all. But here you have the government exaggerating more than the people. The
Yeah, but the
government,
people don't say anything. The people don't have numbers. They
they
just
don't
see,
have
like,
internet.
literally, yeah, because someone like Marvin, he would never care that I'm literally telling you that I have images pinned to my page of piles of bodies, but you don't care about that. We have videos of shell cases that are not the size of a Kalashnikov. These are big shell cases
Yeah,
that
I've
are
seen that, man.
riddled. The streets are riddled with it.
I've seen that. I can, I live in Israel. I can't imagine.
Let me ask this retard Marvin a fucking question. I just told you that we are seeing images of someone being shot down in his belly with a shotgun. Answer my
Mhm.
question, boy. What do you think of that? Does that pain you as much as a Palestinian dying? Answer the question. Don't turn it on. It's a yes or no question.
That's a
So
good
I want to
question.
see a yes or no or shut the fuck up.
That's a good question to ask every activist, not only Bot Marvin here, but any
Because you're
other.
talking about my fucking people dying, Marvin, and I wish I could spit in your fucking face.
Yeah,
Because
people.
if I would see you face to face, you would be crumbled like a fucking boy.
Yeah. Well, Marvin is obviously not the most moral and sharpest tool in the shed here, and I'm
Don't
sorry
fuck with my
for.
people, bro. They're massacring my fucking people, idiot.
Yeah, we can ignore him if you want. We
Yeah,
can
just
ignore him,
take
man.
him
He
out of
doesn't.
this,
He
bro.
doesn't. He
Mute
doesn't
that
deserve.
motherfucker.
He doesn't deserve that attention of yours. I don't want to upset you more, but the next
Fucking
video, I
retard.
mean, might. This is
No, I've
apparently.
been dealing with these every day on Instagram. I know what this is. These are the childrens of the mullahs.
Yeah. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, these are the children of the mullahs, the children of the religious leaders in Iran. While their people are being slaughtered, they're partying on a yacht.
I wish I was on that yacht.
Don't say anything
No,
stupid.
no, no. I will explain what they're singing. Son of bitches.
That's unbelievable.
I need this video, bro.
I'll send you. So these are the children of the religious people of Iran. What are they saying there when they're drinking the shots? And
Farmande Farmande is a song that was made for Qasim Soleimani. So they're praising that asshole. And Qasim Soleimani is a mass murderer that we know of.
yeah, the one that
Who,
Trump basically took care of.
yeah, and then they're also this is a praise song for Khamenei, and let's not forget is there with her tits out, which should be fine for everyone. But if you're killing people in Iran for that, and your own daughter is acting like a whore.
Yeah, that's like a bit crazy how hypocrite that regime. But you know what? Here's a crazy one. Next, in the coming few days, guys, I'm gonna be hosting on my show the Jewish woman that managed to infiltrate the ranks of the Islamic regime. Some say that she worked for the Mossad, some denied, but she was one of the closest people to come to Khomeini and sit basically, you know, under by his feet and talk to him. And there was a few interviews with her before she managed to escape out and like share a lot of secrets with the Mossad and others. So she's gonna be on my show in the coming few days, and we're gonna be talking. We're just arranging right now. I mean, she's arranging first of all for her safety and everything in between before she can come and talk, because she needs to be in the right place to do it. Now, in one of the interviews that I've seen with her, she mentioned that one time when she was talking to, the supreme leader, she said that he came and he asked her, does she believe that a God can commit a genocide and still be a good God? And
The Khamenei asked her that.
yes. And she told him immediately, obviously not. I mean, what you can't be good and commit a genocide. And then he came and he kind of told her, yeah, that's funny because people are telling on me that I'm committing a genocide and trying to commit a genocide. Obviously, a God can't do that. So it means that there's a higher cause for these people to perish. And that's when she realized, oh my God, he think he is a God. And he think he have the right to choose who would live and who would die. And that's how crazy.
No, I think it's different, Mansour. It's
and
different.
messianically lunatic this regime is. I mean,
He listen. Shia Islam believes that if you wreak mayhem and havoc on earth and you destroy and rape and kill, that Mahdi, their prophet, will come back. I don't think he believes that. He is just power. He's just evil and conscienceless enough to make the other people believe that are willing to do his killing. But in reality, this is also not true, because those guys that go around killing people, they're doing it for money, bro.
I'm sure there is, but money corrupts and power corrupts, and also at a certain point, tell yourself a lie and you start believing it. Sometimes these people become megalomaniacs. They get to such high level that they start really believing that they're the main player of planet Earth and everybody's NPCs. That
But
they're
if you
ruling.
look at the eyes never lie, Chico. You know the line
The
from
eyes never,
Monta.
the eyes never lie, Chico. I
The
love that.
eyes never lie. If you look at Khomeini's eyes, there is no soul there, bro. There's no
No,
soul.
for
This is
sure, he is
the
complete true wickedness. That is undoubted.
he is like the if you like Star Wars, I'm actually a nerd. He is like Emperor Palpatine.
Hmm, that's interesting. That's a cool one.
Star Wars is exactly what is happening in Iran. They would destroy a whole planet if they could, if that
O-
would keep them in power, like they did in
Only
Elderon.
we just need a few
It's
Padawans and
darkness
Jedi's.
against light.
The Mossad are the Jedi's going there, and then you have the special forces and other Iranians running around. They're like uh,
This
resistant
is
fighters.
exactly Star Wars, bro. Like
Yeah,
in real life.
I like that. I like that. Let's hear this for a second.
Trump, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and the world.
Guys, this is happening like
In
last
just
week.
2 days, at least 12,000 people have been killed.
It's not updated, it's more.
Look.
Iranians face a terrorist regime with bare hands.
Please, God, help them.
Iranians are
Please.
dying not only for Iran's freedom, but for peace
So
in
you
the
have
Middle
it.
East and an end to terrorist violence
I can't watch
worldwide.
anymore. I've been watching this a long time, bro.
This is a historic moment.
Do you want me to stop it?
No, just keep going. I'll just watch away. We'll look away,
Every
bro.
minute matters. Lives are being lost. No time for words. It's time to act.
So, Poly Market, by the way, for those of you who don't know, that's an interesting place. Have you heard of the Poly Market? So, Poly Market, from my humble understanding, this is AI, by the way. YouTube, don't cancel the video. Poly Market have created this, call it crypto style / gambling website for world events, and it can move from anything from world leaders, decision policy making, all the way to wars and etc. And people gamble. That's why I don't support it. I'm not encouraging anyone to go and do it. That's when I was trying to reach you and told me that your account is black. But one thing interesting about this website, because people are putting their money there, it makes people really try to gamble for what they really think is going to happen. So it's an interesting source to have as a side source, just to look at what do really people think is going to happen in relation to different events. So as they were seeing the fleet of the US military moving towards the Middle East, and there's talks about invading Iran, helping take down that regime, helping the demonstrations and the protests. If you go to Polymarket and you look at the website there, and you look at some of the stats that they're looking,
that is where the United States has military bases throughout the Middle East. Now, we can confirm that the U.S. is withdrawing some personnel from major bases across
so
the
there's a
Middle East
lot
due
of
to heightened
hints
regional tensions. And you look at some of this in Qatar.
that are showing that
That's the
something might be
outward
happening.
gauge
So
air
unless
base.
this is
You
a
got
trick
about
that
8
they're
to
playing,
10,000
and Donald
US
Trump is just
service members. That's one of the larger
being
bases. You got
a
another army base in
mastermind
Kuwait,
negotiator,
that's been
tactician
operating
here
for
with his
some
army,
time now,
and
several
just
years,
making
if
them
not
drop.
decades. So how much of withdrawal, we do not know.
And why?
And why is the ultimate question as to whether or not we are in for some sort of military action. possibly in Iran.
Now, also, the U.S. is warning Americans to leave Iran now because in the streets, they're running in the streets and shooting people. Now, look here. 72% chance that the US will strike Iran by the end of the week. That's what online gamblers are gambling. Now, this could be affected, of course, by people that want to change reality. So sometimes people that want to make it look like it's higher chances.
They're gambling on our
Yeah, it's
existence, bro.
evil, man. It's evil. There is people that are making money over the blood in the streets, and it's just happening. And that's why I say I'm not supporting it, and I don't recommend anyone doing it. I feel that it's morally very, very
And the
wrong.
morality that also, like, this plays right in the hand of you showed us literal images of people being hunted and massacred with shotguns and machine guns. And I don't want to keep talking about this guy, but the retarded people like Marvin will come and say, you're a Zionist because we want to because I want my people to live. And you know what,
Very
Marvin?
evil.
Let me
Very
educate
evil.
you again. I am a Zionist because I believe that Israel should exist. Idiot.
Amen to that. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. 23% chance that Khomeini is out as a supreme leader by Iran by January 31. So people are thinking, that this might be. And you can also see like how many people gambled for it and like the statistics. The U.S. had issued an urgent warning urging American citizens still in Iran to leave the country immediately. As a statement posted Tuesday, the U.S. virtual embassy in Iran advised Americans to depart without delay. Who is an American and is in Iran? Like, what the heck? Without delay, and stressed that any exit plan should not rely on U.S. government assistance. That's a no-brainer, I think. But
Yeah, they have an
Iran,
embassy there. Oh,
yeah,
no. Sorry, the
virtual,
US doesn't have
virtual.
an embassy.
No,
No,
it's
no,
a
no.
virtual embassy. It's
Yeah.
basically a website.
Yeah, that
Iran's
was after they took hostages in the U.S. embassy in 1979. There was never an embassy. That was my
come on,
bad.
man. The government is chanting "Death to America" every day. Like,
Yeah, and keep
tell
in
them
mind,
no.
I haven't slept more than 2 hours a day, so I'm sorry, bro.
No, man, don't. I appreciate you being here and helping us understand a little bit better of what's happening. Iran internal blackout will be entering the seventh day as the regime has shut down the internet in Iran amid growing protests, making a new protest footage scarce. Like, how can you think that they're the good guys? They're like shutting
They've
the
turned
internet.
us into North Korea now
Yeah, yeah.
because we have no idea what's going on in North Korea, right? Ever. This is really bad. Yeah.
Should we play that? Do you think
Yeah, I
that's
can take it, bro. I mean, I'm gonna open my Instagram and see worse things.
if people haven't heard, this is a statement of a man allegedly who escaped from Iran. He managed to get out, and as he crossed the border somewhere around Turkey, I think, he started making this video and telling us a little what's happening.
Before you
It is,
play it, I want to say something. I
yes.
saw a video of a woman when you in our last live you showed a video of someone doing it, taking off their hijab and showing their face. Now we have thousands of Iranians sending us influencers videos and saying, if you don't post it with my face, I will send it to someone who does.
Wow.
And this girl, this specific girl, she was shot with a buckshot. So I don't know. You can help me with that. There's this shotgun shell that will kill you, but this was the one that sprays you.
Yeah. It's buckshot. You have 8 bullets, 12 bullets, 24. Depends what you have in it.
So she was shot with that, some in her face, in her left, one side completely.
Which
So she
girl are you
had,
talking about?
hmm?
Which girl is that?
The video is circulating, but I make it a
No,
business.
which girl was shot?
A protester in Iran.
Okay.
And she recorded a video of herself with her face swelling and the bullet holes still in her face and basically on her body. And she said, "Listen, I just got released from the hospital." She was lucky because they also take people out of the hospital who went protesting, and they disappear. But she said, "Listen, just post my face. and I'm with you, but I will also, even though I'm wounded, go outside again.
My
So we
God.
we don't want it. We are sick and tired of this shit. My people are putting their lives on the line, and they know that like when we get a video, when we get a video from Iran, they're literally saying to their mom, because there's these moments that the internet just comes back for a minute, and they just make a video. Hey mom, listen, I'm going outside. I might not see you again. I love you. Keep the door open for protesters that need to flee and find somewhere safe. So people, Iranians are taking people into their homes that like are running in the street being hunted, just to give them a safe haven, and then they come into the house if they have to. Sometimes if you get lucky, no. And
I've seen
also
that video.
when they find you, your when they kill your they've killed people, and in order to get the body back, they want to get money, but they also ask for money for the bullets that they used.
And they ask for pastry also that you make
Yeah,
them.
they say pastry, or we give him a Basij card, so that we say that he was working for the regime, and we count him as one of our own dead.
Well, someone said here, Steve V8M, don't wish to cause harm, but the Israeli Air Force is noisy tonight. Well, I sure hope they are. And someone else said that 2C1U3X. 2C made a new announcement. Trump ordered the military to get
Now
ready.
this happened now, bro.
I don't know.
One
I don't know if this means not to get ready or to get ready or now to get ready. I don't know. I haven't heard. Let's hear the statement, and I will try to check around here a little bit. I'll ask Ranfield here to give me some updates.
آقا من الان رسیدم ترکیه بازا بدبختی اصلا حال روحیم خوب نیست همه رو دارن میکشن همه رو دارن میکشن بچه‌ها رو همه رو دارن میکشن فقط کمک خارجی فقط کمک خارجی رسید.
That's a hard one.
همه شاهزاده رو صدا میزنن خارشون رو بگوید هر کی غیر از این صدا میزنه شاهزاده نیستش که شاهزاده سمبل آزادیه اصلا کاری به اسم شاهزاده نداره مردم دنبال ناجی هن مردم رو میکشن بیرحمانه دارن چراغا رو خاموش کردن هر کاری دلشون میخواد دارن میکنن.
This is not allegedly, as far as I know. Our people have confirmed this story.
They confirmed it.
As far as I know, this was shared, and then because listen, he has to flee to Turkey, but the Turkey is riddled with IRGC people, so he has other people who have already fled to Turkey, giving him safe haven in Turkey. This on my page also, there's this Turkish journalist that is reporting on what's happening in Iran. Then she gets called by an IRGC thug who speaks perfect Turkish, because they're everywhere in Turkey. That's why I can't go there. And then they call her, and they say, listen, you whore, and this is an amazing, intelligent lady. If you don't stop reporting, we're gonna find you and rip you to pieces and rape you. So the fight is also with me, because I'm at the front line of the war online. My page is getting hit left and right. I'm getting death threats. Everyone, these guys have a long arm, because oil money is a lot of money, bro. They found a gold mine in Iran. They say they have 150 tons of gold that they're using to try and buy like Russia, China, and to make sure they stay in place. They are willing to absolutely kill anyone and as many numbers as they have to take us out. And the only way to the victory is King Reza Pahlavi II. He is our savior, but we need help, because he doesn't have an army. Because when the Muhammad Reza Pahlavi, his father, the Shah, was taken away, had to listen. They say Muhammad Reza Pahlavi was a dictator, But he didn't kill people. He left. He left because he said, if the people have chosen Khomeini, because the communists and still we had millions of protests for him, against Khomeini. But he said, you know what? If I want to stay, I have to massacre Iranians to be able to stay, and I'm not gonna do that. And he left, and the new dictator massacred us anyway. I'm tired of having this trauma, bro. Every day I'm getting more traumatized by seeing my people die. I'm tired, bro.
Well, listen, there might be some good news. Stay with me here. I completely understand you, man. And I'm going to translate this to English, guys. But this is from the Israeli newspaper. Where is it? And I'm going to put it in English. The attack was. Do you see the English one, by the way?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I'm getting messages, bro, as well.
The attack was paused but not canceled. The reasons and the brutal repression that achieved its goal and precede Trump. The US realized that the price of the attack would be heavier than they thought and decided that in the meantime to return to the diplomatic channel, partially out of the understanding that the counter reaction would harm American bases, Israel, and the energy industry. It's only the energy industry, Megan.
I'm getting a message from a
It's
friend of
only
mine
the
from Los
energy
Angeles.
industry. It's nothing else. It's the Arab money, Arab oil calling them and telling them, don't do it. We're going to lose money. It's that. Israel can defend itself. Israel, don't worry. Actually, you know what's crazy? People in Israel, I've seen videos. You would love to hear that. I've seen videos, not once, not twice, like posted by many Israelis. You know what they posted? They showed videos that they filmed themselves in the bomb shelters and running to bomb shelters during the 12-day war. And they said this, Bibi, if for the price of liberating the people of Iran, I need to run to the bomb shelters and to relive, the 12-day war. And it's a mother with her kids, a mother with her babies. She said, I am more than willing. Please.
Yeah, because first
Please.
of all, almost every Jew I've met is really kind-hearted, has been to me. For second of all, they know that they truly have love for us. But second of all, they also know it will give them a safer future.
Yeah, I know. But they know that Israel sooner or later will take the regime down. They're talking right now. They're saying basically they're telling him, Bibi, don't worry about us. Don't worry that we will not be happy because there will be rockets. We're willing to pay that price. Please go and save them. Let's keep reading because this is crazy. Energy industry in the Gulf, that's the main reason, guys. That's my opinion. The problem of the protest leadership and the security apparatus' loyalty to the Iranian regime also contribute to the decision. Did Netanyahu-Trump conversation in which the prime minister said that at the timing was not right. In any case, Israeli citizens are terrified of they're not of the brutal suppression of the protests and demonstrations have subsided. They're terrified from what they're seeing like happening in Iran, and now Trump can declare the threat did the job. Yeah.
Written by another retard, I think.
Ron Ben Ishai. To pause the planned attack, U.S. President Donald Trump and his advisor decided and returned the diplomatic channel. In the meantime, because Iran, Washington concluded that the experts' cost of the move and this time expected cost, and this time far greater than the benefit that it. Seriously, guys, seriously, the benefit.
I really love you, man. So this. It's people like you. That's why I'm giving shout outs to our allies on Instagram. It's people like you that keep us standing, bro. This is the
No, you guys,
only non-Iranians that listen to us.
we are with you guys until the end. You guys were with us. We are with you. Honestly, man,
We need to liberate all our people, the Jews, the Coptics in Egypt.
if they don't stop the evil regime now, we would literally live the rest of our life remembering that there were young men and women who showed their face I'm talking 17 years old, 16 years old, 21, 25, who ran to the streets and decided to sacrifice it all,
Yeah. I
and
saw a
they will
video,
probably
bro.
die.
I saw a video of like 20, 30 young kids between 12 and 16, hands tied behind their back with a black bag over their heads, lined up on the street being beaten.
I've seen that.
And these are my people, bro.
So that's like school kids, right?
Those are school kids, bro.
School
Those are
kids. For those
school
of you who
kids.
don't
But
know,
you
I'm
know,
not gonna
these
show you a video.
fucking pro-Palestine retards, these Western retarded idiots, they don't care, bro. And I used to never swear and talk like this, but you know what I noticed? For 3 years, my rhetoric was always super clean. Like I would not use one word of profanity. But you know what I found out? When you can't reason with these people, they start listening when you start cussing them out.
Wow, man! But that image, that video of the children bagged over their
This is
head.
someone's kid. He's 13 years old. Imagine what he's going through. They're literally pissing their pants, bro. And they're tied up like this with a bag over their heads, bro. I wish, I've said this so many times. If there was a button and they said, Ravin, just press it, you're gonna immediately be gone from this world, but your people are free. Bro, let me do that for them, man.
Wow. Hey, don't jump on him. Let me just reply to Marvin. Marvin Gas 9803. Mansur, we love you, man. Oh, you love me now? Can't wait till you have Norman Finkelstein on Avi Shalem, USMCK, weapon experts, Carter, and check with the Tel Aviv. Yeah, you also wanted me to have the CIA. Honestly, guy, man, if you can have any of them, I'll have them. If they want
I
to come
don't
on my
think
show.
this is the same Marvin, or is it the same?
Oh, I
This
don't
is a
know.
different Marvin, I think.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, we love you, Marvin.
I don't know if this was if the other one
I
was Vargas 9803 or it was something else. I
Ah,
don't
okay,
know.
okay, okay. Well, I won't mind having anyone on the show. Agree or not agree. If they want to come, bring it on. If you want to be my PR agent, go and find them. It's just sometimes
Yeah.
hard for me to find the people because I'm just so busy doing stuff. I want to thank Bookmark here. This is very kind of you. Milestone Islamist Bolshevism by New Discourses. Qutb wrote Leninist and Marxist core, but Muhammad instead of Marx and Hitler for Mobros. Yeah, basically, there's a lot of similarity between communism and jihadism in terms of how they govern. One just does it very secular, one does it very religious, but it's
It's
basically
the same thing.
it's the same thing. It's either the government or the religion comes and says we own everything you have, and with Islam is more barbaric kind of. We own your women, we own your children, and just a bunch of strong men that own everything.
Is Islam more barbaric, or is the one defending what they're doing more barbaric?
I think the one defending what Islam is doing, in many aspects, are as evil as the worst of Islam.
I
Because
think
not all
it's
Muslims
more
are evil.
evil. I think it's
Not
more
not all
evil.
not all Muslims are evil. I know great Muslim people, but the religion itself is very violent, very problematic, and the ones that are defending it are, they're defending ISIS, man. They're defending Al Qaeda. They're defending the Islamic Republic of Iran. They're defending what they're doing to these little school kids that are, lined up in the streets and torture to these girls who are kidnapped.
We Iranians, bro, we have no more joy left in the world. That's the only thing that somehow I've been able. I've never been like a comedy type guy myself. I like comedy, but somehow I made videos just making fun of people that weren't posting about, like, there are Iranian influencers with 2 million followers, bro. 3 million followers. They're not doing anything. So what I started doing, I started making satire and making the ridiculous videos about them. Have you seen one of them or two?
I've seen some of your videos, man. You have good videos. I like them.
And then I just say, hey, listen, in a way that I'm trolling them, I say, hey, our people are being slaughtered. You have a platform of 2 million people. You could basically say something, but it's gonna hurt your money because but they're not doing it. But some of them, bro, after I did that, my following is crazy. Like I have 50K followers now, and when I expose something, they jump on it, bro. And that's my tactic, because when we are done being slaughtered, I want people to remember who was Iranian and was silent. And I also like to expose the retards like Candace Owens, like Anna Kasparian, like all those idiots.
Do you see this, by the way? You still see this?
What is certain is that such an attack would be provoked a response.
Yeah.
Would have provoked a response, yeah.
The reason for the pressure exerted on Trump to avoid an attack, what uncertain is that such an attack, well, this is a translation from Hebrew, that's why it's a bit weird, would provoke a response. American bases throughout the Middle East would have been attacked, and Israel would also have to deal with and absorb barrage of missiles and attacking drones. The energy industries of the U.S. allies in the Gulf region could also have been damaged. That's it, guys. It's only this. It's only this. All the rest is nonsense. They don't care about human life. The Arab Gulf countries here care about their oil, and they're afraid, and they rather see Iranians being massacred and butchered in the streets than to lose possibly hundreds, millions, if not billions of dollars of oil. That is what it is, and that is very disappointing.
So,
I tell you what,
because Iran, the regime in Iran has drones that would attack these facilities.
yeah, they're afraid that they have drones and sabotage and terrorist
Okay,
attacks.
there's two things that you need to share with me: the video with the mullahs and this.
I will. Now, here's the thing. Well, why I think is they're Iranian regime, I believe at least, is more of a paper tiger than people understand, especially after what Israel did to them in the 12th-day war. If there's anything behind the scenes here we don't know about, they have a nuclear weapon or something like, yeah, that changed the game. But if none of these things happened, then guys, a combined attack by the whole might of America.
Can I ask you
And
something?
Israel.
I have a Jewish friend that says that his friends who are enlisted in the military got notifications that they should be on alert.
Oh, I've heard these alerts. Yeah. In Israel, I've heard these alerts, and there's serious. Well, everything in the Middle East is getting alerted for the war. That's the thing. So that's why I'm thinking maybe.
What do you think? Do you think Trump is gonna hit them?
I think Trump wanna hit them. That's my personal opinion. I think Trump, he does have a lot of things you can say about him, but he does have a good common sense to what is evil and what is good in terms of Western values. Trump is a businessman. He thinks a lot about business, and he sees things a lot in terms of deals, and he tries to avoid unnecessary wars. That is something, that we've seen about him. But I think with that said, he have embedded his administration getting advice from the Sunnah, mostly from Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Turkey. And they are not good advisors for America. And I feel like now he's getting pressure by these, very, very rich, influential countries to tell him, don't do the attack right now, postpone. But he doesn't understand. That's what I think. What he's missing is that their goal is not America's goal. They couldn't be further than America's great, America first. Couldn't be further.
I think maybe he accepted a lot of stuff from them as well, because didn't they give him a free plane? And I think there has been a lot of gifts, things given to Trump.
I think these things that were given to Trump are more flashy, shiny stuff. It's not like Trump needs that plane. It's not like America can't build that plane. It just looks bad. It looks bad.
Do you think that if Trump doesn't give the green light, that BB could do it without his green light?
I think that just like with the Druze, when America was basically being pressured by Saudi Arabia to tell Israel not to get involved because Jolani is their boy, and Israel still went and got involved. I think when it comes to Iran, I do believe that Israel will still do whatever they can, even if behind the scenes or even just, go straight in and do it. But I think it's going to be very hard for Israel to do that because they don't want to cross America when it comes to these things. So they would rather see America give the green light for that.
And
But
one
again,
more
I'm not a
question.
politician. I'm not a politician, and
One more question.
my opinion.
I really want to ask you because I feel like you're knowledgeable about intelligence and stuff. Uh, they're saying, as far as we know, I think that killings have stopped with his stupid voice, Trump.
I don't think it stopped.
But he knows that it's still going on and what's going on, right? I mean, the
He's just
CIA.
trying to buy away. He's just trying to buy a way to postpone it because, like I said, the oil and the gas, they want to ensure that they're safe. They want to move Patriot missiles and Iron Dome missiles to be around these bases. They probably want to prepare more. I think what happened is a lot of these oil rigs and the economy of the Middle East, maybe even of the world when it comes to oil, felt that they're not really ready for an attack retaliation from Iran, and they might have told him, "Listen, if you attack now, he starts shooting at us, it's going to burn. It's going to burn for years, for months. I don't know what. It's going to be catastrophic. So give us a little bit longer to bring more Patriot missiles, to bring more air defense, Hets, Iron Dome."
I remember my mom saying when there was a war in Kuwait, right? Kuwait.
Mm-hmm.
When that was a war there, they hit the oil bases and those were burning for a long time. And they brought in like turbine engines of planes because they make a lot of wind to just create enough wind to take those out. So if that's it, bro, I made a video yesterday. We Iranians have become used to becoming sacrificial pawns in the chess game for oil.
That what hurts me the most, man. What hurts me the most. Okay, that's interesting. Israel wanted an attack, but not now. The timing, even from Jerusalem perspective, was not suitable for overthrowing the regime in Jerusalem. They feared, as in other Middle Eastern capitals, that on the one hand, the move would not overthrow the regime in Iran, okay, and on the other hand, it would exact a heavy price from us in terms of damage to the home front and the astronomical cost of another campaign in Iran, for which we are not as prepared as you would like. In any case, even if Jerusalem did not really want this attack, coordination was carried out with the Americans regarding defensive measures. IDF defense coordination between Israel and the American Centers Command, CENTCOM, was carried out. I think this is all games to stall. I think they're gonna attack. That's I think they're gonna attack, and I think they just don't want to make it too obvious. For their part, we're under wink, wink. Whoever's watching this, we're not attacking. Israel is not gonna attack you. Wink. No, we're not. It's too expensive. Khomeini, go out, enjoy, say hi to people. Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen to you. Wink. Let's continue. Meaning that the Iranian would think that the Americans' attack was already on its way, and
We have videos of Iranians printing stickers on walls and renaming streets Donald Trump Street, and he
yeah.
talked about that, and he is every second that he waits, I'm losing respect for him, and honestly, I have no respect left after my.
No, don't lose yet. That's my advice. Don't lose yet, and also remember.
How can I not lose it
I
if I
understand.
knew
Listen, I understand where you're coming from when it comes to the emotional aspect, and I'm gonna give you an advice here, man, and don't get it the wrong way, because my advice right now is logical, and you are obviously in a much more invested situation than me. It's your people, and I love them, but it's your people. So I know because it was happening to the Druze when Jolani and his ISIS government were killing the Druze and the Christians. I had a Druze guy from Europe contact me, And he was telling me, my family, they're there. They're about to be killed. They hear the terrorists outside their house. Where is Israel? And then, is Israel going to help? And I hope that Israel will help, but it wasn't coming yet. And then he was really getting upset, even, if Israel, you guys promise, and this. And I was trying to explain to him that, I came from the special forces. I know how these things work. For Israel to launch an airplane now in the air and go and shoot a bunch of terrorists, let's say, that are inside the city, without killing innocent people, most likely they will need to have the Mossad or some special units, ghost recon units, Israeli ones, that will go undercover behind enemy line, find the area, learn the area, and then laser or leave some kind of signage, tap it, shoot a dart, stick on the car. I'm just joking, but something that will show that this is the target, and also stand there and follow it and tell the Air Force and the command center in Israel, all right, target is on the move. He's still in the market. There's still civilians. Oh, I see women and children. You have his wife and his kids. Israel care about these things. Let's wait for the wife and the kid to be out of the car. And then they will give the green light and they will shoot a missile.
Yeah,
that will
now
hit
I don't.
only the terrorists.
I don't think. I think we should do the same as what they're doing to us.
So, okay, but when it comes
Let's
to
let's
inside
take the
Israel,
root of evil out and their future as well as they did to us.
yeah, but in Israel they won't do that. In Israel they will try. I mean, you have the aspect of collateral damage. Sometimes you say, okay, this, like Ahmed Mohammed Def and Sinwar, the
I'm
moment they come
saying,
out.
hey, if you're killing our children, fuck your children.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, from when it comes from Israel's side, some targets will, and that's not only Israel, that's America, Europe, collateral damage. They'll say this target is so rare.
Well, that's not true with Obama. His drone strikes on Iraq killed a million Iraqis.
Yeah. Honestly, man, Israel is way more precise and accurate and humanitarian than
But like,
all
listen,
that.
if you have like a group of one vehicle, I'm just asking because in my mind
Mhm.
it can be done. I see a vehicle, a pickup truck with people, IRGC, not people, demons inside the truck. Do you really need someone on a rooftop pinpointing that, or can a drone just take that out? I just imagine there's this geek with a computer nerd behind the computer flying that drone and taking someone out.
No, it could be that. It could be that. Usually, Israel will put all the measures possible to make sure that they can identify the target and clear the area before they attack.
It's not hard to identify.
No, it's not hard to identify. Well, it's a little bit harder when you think about it. Like, it's a whole country with like 90 million people. But when you identify the person, you want to also make sure that he doesn't have maybe your agent around him, and he doesn't have also innocent people around him. And then, I mean, look how precise Israel is in terms of, Israel dropped so many bombs in Gaza, and so many little people got killed compared to the amount of ammunition that was brought down on Gaza.
Already more people by the new, if the 40, it's probably more than 42K. They're saying 42K. If they saying 42K, it's probably 60-50. That's what we're hearing. That is already in since 30 December. Let's say since 3 days. That's in 3 days, bro. That's already more than Gaza and Ukraine combined.
Yeah, I know. That's insane. That's insane. But you know what? That's what bothers me so much, that Islam gets a pass when it comes to genocide and murdering, their own people. In Sudan, they killed like 70,000 people in 10 days. More than an entire war in Gaza in 4 years, almost. Like, it's insane. In 2 years. So they've killed so many, and it's only innocent people. Like in Sudan, they killed like women and children, Christians, etc. In Syria, they've killed like more than 500,000, Bashar al-Assad, and now Jolani is trying to do the same. In Iran, in Yemen. So when it's Muslims, they're allowed to have a genocide. Like, no one cares. They get a pass. But when it's Israel trying to defeat a terrorist regime and a complete terrorist country that is hiding their children, then everybody's walking the street. Which, by the way, how does that make you feel as an Iranian? Seeing right now that all these young people that were active about Palestine are silent when
I
you're
knew that they were gonna do that, bro. I'm not surprised. They took everything from me, my job, everything. So I'm not surprised. When in my darkest hour, I called Yanai, who is my Jewish friend in Israel, American Jewish friend in Israel, and I broke down, bro. I didn't even talk to him. I picked up, I was already crying. And when I saw his face, I started shaking and crying like a little baby, bro. Because I saw piles and piles of my countrymen, women, children, young, old, on piles like cattle in a slaughterhouse. And he just looked at me and started crying with me. And then I just said, bro, I'm sorry to unload on you. He says, just do it every time. And those are my Jewish Israeli friends. And you know what? I fucking love them, bro. I fucking love them. I wish this shit is over so I can buy a ticket to Tel Aviv and you will call your Mossad friend and he will make sure that I won't get interrogated in the airport. And then I just wanna just hang out and chill and just embrace my brothers and sisters who were
No,
there for
you
me,
will.
bro,
You
in
will
my
hang out and
darkest hour.
chill, but you will definitely get interrogated in the airport. Don't worry. I get interrogated in the airport as well. That's how Israel is. The airport in Israel is serious, man. It's no joke.
And
But
it should be. I understand. I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
joking a little bit.
I get interrogated there when I go there, man.
Yeah, but you're Israeli, right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Actually, the more legit you are, the more they interrogate you. So, but that's good. That's why Israel is a safe place because we take it seriously. But yeah, man, we're really crazy, man. Honestly.
And still, bro, I don't know how I'm living, breathing, walking. We are in a we are living a nightmare. Like I can if I go to sleep, I wake up and honestly, bro, I have to have like a couple of drinks to be able to sleep. Otherwise, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm not. And then I wake up like nightmares of the images I've seen, and then just fucking my heart is pounding, bro, sweating like I am in a fucking nightmare and it doesn't fucking end, bro.
They're saying here that Tusi is saying that
Can you delete this image, bro, of my brother crying there?
yes. Actually, I wanted people to see how evil that regime is. Here, watch this, guys. Sorry, you guys just gonna.
خیلی که مستقیم بی‌رحمانه دارن میکشن همه رو.
و یک قسم حیوان خلق کرده و اون زنها و خانمها هستن. اینا عین گاو و گوسفند هستن، حیوان هستن، ولکن و خدا خلقشون کرده برای استفاده مردها، فقط واسه که مردا وحشت نکنن. این زنها رو
Wow,
به
these
شکل
women are
خود
so
انسان
brave, man.
خلق
Wow.
کرده. اگر نه اینها
That is
عین
real
همون
feminism
گاو و
for you
گوسفند و
right
عین
there.
همون اسب و شتر و الاغ هست.
Living in an oppressing Islamic regime. By the way, here in this video, the regime is chasing citizens, protesters, and this woman just let them go inside their house quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And then the regime goons, you know, Arabs from the Middle East and others terrorists are outside shooting, trying to kill them. So she literally saved them by letting them go inside.
That's what I tell you one more thing, bro. I'll tell you one more thing. The regime has Iranians who used to work for them and for the IRGC, and I have one story about them living in Germany, and they've been called upon. They flew back to Iran to kill our people, so they are everywhere, bro.
Wow, that one surprised me, man. That one surprised me.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna say something.
When you start going down in the rabbit hole runs deep.
Now, Ravin Khurshid Alam is an Iranian.
This is when you were interviewed in Israel, right?
Well, yeah, I was at home, but yes.
First of all, how is it
Yeah.
being Iranian right now, given the terrible?
Well, if you guys want to
I was
watch,
more, I was way more articulate, nice, and I would not interrupt her like I do constantly to you. So I'm sorry. I wish
no,
I, but you allow me to be myself, so I appreciate you a lot.
I like this version of you more, man. I like and come
Me
on,
too.
she's a proper lady. She's a nice lady. It's good that you were,
Of course, I have to be.
polite and nice.
I'm on a
We're
platform broadcasted on Israeli television. I have to
yeah,
behave.
we're just two brothers, two dudes here
I
trying to
know how
make
to behave,
sense.
like literally. But oh, sorry. Yeah.
So this is also an Iranian officer who is basically telling his soldiers and to abandon the army, and he's saying that the regime is about to fall. So there's like serious stuff happening inside, man.
Yeah. I don't. I would not have mercy for him either. It's too late. He doesn't deserve it. Like
There's a
he's
funny joke I
wearing
left there in the end.
their stripes, bro. He's wearing the stripes that were used to kill my people. There's no mercy, and we say we don't forget, and we don't forgive. And I keep saying it. In 1945, a lot of Nazis fled to everywhere, and I just hope that I can be a part of Savak because Savak was the equivalent of Mossad, and I want to hunt these bastards wherever they go. I want them, and because a lot of them will flee once we start winning, and I want to hunt these bastards, every single one of them. If they said they're sorry, I don't care.
You should. That's what Israel did with the Mossad. They hunted down every last Nazi that they can find. It's I think Iranians should take names
Yeah. I think
and
we
not,
should do it in the way we talked about that we can't talk about earlier.
no. The way we talked before the show started, we can never say out loud.
Of course not. And I will, that will always also stay between us. But that is what I think. That is what I think should happen.
Yeah, yeah. When you're fighting wolves, you need to understand how wolves think, and you need to have shepherd dogs that know how to fight the same war.
That's
Know how to
beautiful.
fight dirty. Yeah, that's how it is, man. If you don't have shepherd dogs that know how the wolves think and how the wolf act, you won't be able to fight them.
And bro, I'm not an unguided missile. When I do these things on my Instagram, this is a plan. I studied digital media and business communication. I've been sharpening my sword for 4 years. So, and I went off line for 8 months, and I said, if the Iranian people come to fight their oppressor, I will come back. And I had my plan ready.
Hmm.
My plan was to expose the ones that are silent while we are being unalived, the Iranians that are silent, the Iranians that have been laundering money in Los Angeles, and because that is a whole nother thing. Because of the sanctions, the regime in Iran picked people and made them super rich and let them launder money. Some of them have been convicted for laundering money and sentenced to prison, but most of them just got away with it. We have some in Holland, a couple. We have a couple in every country, and these guys are flying the regime flag, eating caviar, and laundering money. And then we have the kids of the mullahs. So it is all the traitors need to be identified.
Mm-hmm. Someone is saying here, check out these rumors. Someone just sent me. Doctors associated in Iran said, Doctors associations in Iran said, many have died due to being poisoned during arrest in the past 24 hours. Then the regime dropped the dead bodies at the hospitals.
Yeah, it's not new. It's not a rumor. Listen, when people went into prison, some of them got administered some type of drugs, and then they released them, and 2 days later they die in their own home. This has happened before. There are also confirmed. A lot of the influencers have been warning our people, which is so painful because we're making messages that we cannot send to our people to warn them of what is being planned. Like before, like for example, they're passing out sweets in the streets that are so quote unquote they come in clothing like civilians, and then they give them treats to eat, but those are poison. So this has been confirmed by people on the ground.
Wow.
The evil, the conniving,
It's the most evil.
treacherous ways, they can make up thousands of ways to massacre us, and they don't care. And the world does not care except Israel.
It's the most evil regime right now. Well, one of the most on the top of the earth, undoubtedly. Probably the most. Yeah, probably the most. I mean,
I don't think,
I
listen,
can say
listen.
Sudan is as bad, but Sudan is
I,
not as methodical and
I will
like.
say one thing. We can agree that Hitler was evil. Okay? But I'll tell
Mhm,
you what, when they brought the Jews into the gas chambers, they would have, this is a Jewish friend of mine told me this.
mhm.
They would check the bodies for a pulse before they burned them. These guys don't check. They shoot them, and while they're bleeding out, they just throw them in and just bury
Yeah.
them alive.
Listen, man, I don't think you can say that Hitler was more evil than Khomeini. I mean, I think they're as evil. I think it's just different kind of the same evil. It's
I think
ISIS, Al Qaeda, the government in Syria, the government in Iran, Islamic Republic, Hezbollah. I mean, these
I
guys
saw
are as evil
ISIS
as
in
fascists.
Iraq burn like 10 Yazidi women in a cage, bro. They put them in a cage and they just light the cage on fire with 10 beautiful women in it.
Yeah, I've seen that, man. I've seen that video. Horrific.
I'm like, I cannot be on the front line fighting. Let me correct myself. We call them the people who go outside with homemade weaponry. We call them the Royal Immortal Guard, the Garde Javidan, and we are beside them because we can't fight with them. But I fighting online, bro, because online I am like on the very front line of this. And there is another war being fought online because that is the war of narrative. And that is the war of increasing pressure for help. That is the war of exposing our enemies. That is the war of yeah. Two Republicans chased out.
GG Writer is writing new article. Two Republicans joined Dems to block Trump on war powers against Venezuela. Trump may need to move defty against Iran to avoid blocks. Um, yeah, I don't know enough about that. But I just do know that if you want world peace, don't trust on the Democrats.
Yeah. But you know, the Maduro Democrats are evil, bro. Our misery comes from the Democrats.
They're weak. They're weak. That's a problem. They're weak. And the world smells weakness. And every time there's weakness in the White House, the world takes two steps towards the
Yeah.
apocalypse.
They're
Every time there's a
supposed,
strong, they take one step back. So we're
but
kind of
also
slowly
they're,
progressing towards an apocalypse. But that's because of weak leadership in the West in general. But the most important one is in America.
what they believe that is their biggest virtue, tolerance, is actually their biggest weakness. That is the source of their weakness.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tolerate evil.
And because evil will always take advantage of any loophole you have in your system. And coexistence, political correctness, and tolerance is a very easy loophole to take
But I will
advantage of
go
because
one
it's
step.
emotional. Because it's
I will go
emotional.
one step further. I will say the left are the actual fascists because they demand tolerance and do not tolerate a different opinion. So I have to believe that the trans woman is now a woman.
Yeah. My only problem when people bash the left is that I know very good, strong left people, but it's not the same left like we see today. The left was kidnapped and stolen by communists and fascists and socialists and like crazy radical Nazi like jihadists, and now left have become like a bad word, which is very very sad because it shouldn't.
Bro, I don't believe in left or right. I believe in assessing the situation and picking what's best for your people.
Mhm.
So sometimes if it's about healthcare, you don't want it to be so cheap that people pay too much tax, but you want it to be available so that people don't die outside a hospital. If it comes
Yeah.
to security and military, I'm super right wing because I think you should invest in the safety of your country. Like, there's some things I'm left about, there's some things I'm right about. I can't be one thing predisposed about everything. That's the problem with ideologies. I believe in patriotism. If you are a patriot, you do what's best for your country. If you're left, you will always, and the right wings are not like that. They can compromise. Not the super right wing, that's crazy. But the left wing, they have a predisposed opinion. So if something comes that is actually evil, but in their narrative of Islamophobia, they have to choose that.
You know what I think the left is waiting for right now, the left in America? They're waiting for the Islamic regime, once it starts falling, and the Iranian, the Persian people will start running in the street and, like, destroying a lot of their temples and their houses of prayers and houses of oppression and prisons and, execution centers and military. Then they will start demonstrating. Only then you'll see them to protect
They've
Islam.
already shown their outrage for burnt down mosques,
Then,
but let me tell
then
you
they will
what,
go.
they are
Exactly.
using
They will
mosques.
go and
They're
start
using
saying,
mosques.
Islamophobia.
They're using mosques to storage weapons. They're taking prisoners there and raping them. They are storing vehicles in the mosques. And you know what? If the thing that has been the symbol of your oppression, and murder and torture and rape, then you're gonna burn it down. And you know what? I wouldn't mind to see synagogues, churches, and Zoroastrian temples, and not a single fucking mosque in my country. And you know what? At the end of the day, bro, it doesn't matter what they do, because when we have our country back, we will be the owners of it, and they cannot tell us anything. And then we can create our own safe haven like Israel has, and we create our own version of the IDF, and we will ally with you. If it's the Shah ruling us, if it's some reformist, separatist, or just another piece of who already was in the regime, in the system, then everything is gonna happen again.
Crazy, man. Well, listen, we've been here for quite a long time. I want to thank all the viewers who came to watch here and to listen. I want to thank you, brother, for being the brave voice that you are and for advocating for your country, for your people, not resting, just on going and going. And I know it takes a toll on you. And I want to strengthen you that you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there with you. I am with you. Anytime you need a voice, my platform is yours and your friends and any Iranian who want to bring anything out there. I'm going to try to do a live.
Hey, bro,
every
if you
day.
ever come to Holland, my mom is gonna cook for you, bro.
Yeah.
Persian food is fire. Yeah, of course. What do you think? We're gonna leave you hungry.
No, I know Persian food is good. We have Persians in Israel. Done, man. Done. So, people, please remember Iran. Please remember the people in Iran. Please keep posting and talking about it. Keep sharing this. We can't have their voice be silenced. We can't have them be
Let
oppressed.
me say one more thing. I know
Please.
we've been here for a long time. Let me try some constructive feedback because I can do it. Hey, Marvin, if you're still here listening, maybe you can find it in your heart to look at the massacring, slaughtering of my people and not be a complete retard.
You started good. You started good.
Yeah, I said I tried.
You started good. You were on the right track. Technically, you were okay until the end in my book, but it's okay. Well, yeah, guys, don't forget to do the like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'm gonna be doing live every day, hopefully, trying to give you some updates about what is happening. And I'm sure I'm gonna have you more on my show, Ra. It's always a pleasure to have you here,
The
brother.
other way around, I will always be there for you, and if you need me, I'll be here.
I know you will, and same here for you, man. Guys, stay safe. See you next time. And to all the Iranian peoples out there, be brave, be strong. We are with you. Even if governments and leadership sometimes tend to go here and there, we the people, we're not forgetting you. We're going to keep speaking for you, especially when you don't have a voice and your internet is down. So anyone, call to action. Anyone home, make a post. share. Now is a good time to share. All eyes on Tehran, all eyes on Iran. Now is a good time to share that. Now is a good time to bombard social media with images and posts of what is happening, because obviously there's a serious attempt to silence the people that need a voice. And I think, I think we do have a power here. I think we, the people, in numbers, have immense amount of power on politicians and policy making, immense. So I think we should keep trying to bring it up, and hopefully America and Israel and other Western countries will step in and help save the people of Iran. You know what? I want to finish with that. If you find that girl that was doing with the cigarette and burning that thing that became like a picture everywhere, that image, I want her on my podcast. I hope she survived. I hope she survived. I want to interview that girl or any of these girls that were there.
I'll tell you one thing about my people. Once they come back online and they see what my page and what I've tried to be doing for them, they are actually in the freedom to support me, that is gonna blow up. I will be able to find her.
Please, I want her on the show, and I want to hear from real brave feminists in Iran.
There'll be thousands of her.
I know. I want to hear from them. How was it? What did they have to go through? And what made them do what they did? I want to hear
That's
it from
the
them.
worst thing, bro. Now we are traumatized by what's happening and then by the stories. Because we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. It's gonna get really bad.
God. God help them. All right, brothers and sisters, thank you so much. God bless you all. And also, don't forget the Kurds. Yes, God bless the Kurds in Kurdistan. God bless all the nice people around the globe. As we're speaking, the Kurds are going through their own version of October 7. Now the Jawlani regime have turned its eye on the Kurds, and now it's time to massacre them. So there's so many bad things happening in the Middle East, and it's always happening by Muslims and to other Muslims or non-Muslims. So I think it's time to wake up and smell the hummus.
No Jews, no news.
No Jews, no news, unfortunately. Stay safe. See you next time.